And now we move on to Cosmic Feather's top 5 list. So, Cosmic Feather, what is your top 5?
Okay, for my top 5, well, it's not a favorite list. It's songs that I want to talk about. Like,
okay,
these 5 songs, well, plus 2 I want to talk about, which is Path to Isolation, which is, we'll talk about that when that comes up.
Sure.
And the new song that came in Adam's short, Lionized.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that when we get to it. The five songs that I chose that I want to talk about is Sacrifice, Divide,
Yeah.
Smile,
Yeah.
Die, and
Yeah.
Home. But
Yeah.
I have a reason to put Die and Home for my last 2. I'll explain when we get to them, but side note, despite what people may say about Sacrifice being from the villain side, I believe it's Raven's side. It's Raven's point of view.
Sacrifice. Yeah, I can see what you're getting at.
When we listen to the song, try to keep in mind what for Raven, like before we see her and Team RWBY, what like before we got her past. I'm trying to say.
Yeah, yeah.
Keep in mind what her past might have been for her to be the character that she is now. What led up to her being like that.
Full rate, yeah. Absolutely.
Keep that in mind while we listen to Sacrifice, and you'll see what I mean.
Right, yeah, of course. Okay.
352.
Alright. 351. So, why is that number 5 for you?
Well, I didn't put it in like numbers and all that, so it's.
Okay then.
But the thing I want to talk about is that.
All right then. So why?
It kind of.
Why Sacrifice?
If you listen closely, it kind of talks about what happened in Raven's past. That one little section where it says. The moon watches the rose die. From what it talks about, Raven was on the same team as Summer.
Yes.
So what this song is describing is that Raven witnessed Summer's death.
Oh, and so this has to do with the connection between Raven, Summer, and Salem, and Raven had to be there to witness Summer's death, all by the hands of Salem.
We don't know Summer being killed by Salem. We just know that Summer is dead, but
what led to her death? What led to it? We don't know.
Yeah, we know that Summer died, but from what the song says,
and that her maiden powers were
Raven
transferred.
was there on that mission with Summer, but who gave the mission to Summer and Raven and her team? Ozpin, right?
Yes.
So it's Raven telling Ozpin that I'm not gonna be a part of what you and Salem have going right now. I won't put my life in your hands so this way you could throw it at Salem for me to die. For you,
Mm.
I won't like. She won't fall for Ozpin. Like
Yeah.
she'll step away from all that, and that's why. That's how we get Raven now. Like she tries telling Yang to like don't go back. She doesn't want history to repeat itself.
Yeah.
Because I think Raven does see what her mistake was in the past. Like history is going to be repeating itself, but instead of Raven and Summer, it'll be Yang and Ruby. So
Yang and RWBY.
In reality, Raven was trying to save Yang from that kind of thing. That's why Raven was trying to tell Yang to don't go there. History will repeat itself. You go down this lane, go down here.
Just by that tear from where she alone in Volume 5.
There's
Raven had like a backstory aspect of what Yang was going to tell her, like, for what you're about to go to, you're about to experience like what I've been through too.
Yeah, so I want to save you from that, from going through the same thing I went through.
Yeah.
But Raven doesn't know that Yang is different from her, so history won't repeat itself.
But it might do. But it might do if Yang travels down that same path.
Yes, that's why she was trying to get Yang away from Ozpin. But hey, what can you do when Yang has the same stubbornness as her? And important line in the song too. Let me see. I gotta rewind it a little bit. Let's see. Don't mind me if I get silent. I'm trying to rewind a little bit here, elusive on my iPad.
All right.
Because I don't use a Xbox, so it's hard for me right now.
I just use trigger like so.
It doesn't work like that for an iPad.
Oh yeah. It's. I find that I find devices like iPads and iPhones like a little bit more struggling really, because you just have to scroll it onto that exact timeline. But with a controller, you can just do it like that, and you'll get to that exact number without just like dragging it along. Let me get it back again. There we go. Can I just say, the artwork that they've done for Salem and Pyrrha at the start of the video, not cool. Not cool. That was not a good sight.
So another important line I wanna, because sacrifice is from Raven's point of view.
Yeah.
But the few lines that she says are kind of like are metaphors or references to what happened. Like the first like segment is born an angel, heaven sent, falls from grace or never elegant.
Yeah, and that's what happened to Raven first. But then something, which might be Salem.
Because if you remember, the heaven sent part and all that.
Yeah.
Raven was like a good huntsman and all that. But falls from grace, usually something bad happens, or you do something bad and you lose your grace. And another line that's kind of important, like hard to explain, but it's very important, is that stars will drop out of the sky. the stars could be a metaphor for all the huntresses and hunters that died for Ozpin.
What captivated me throughout that song was this one here, and that's, what if all your plans you've made were not the worth the price they paid? Even with the lives you stole, still no closer to your goal.
Yeah, she's talking to Ozpin.
Yeah.
Because Ozpin does want to end the thing with Salem, but are all the lives that he's using? There is going to be a price to pay for him for sending all these people at this one person who can make more grim.
Yeah.
Like that. So, are all these lives worth the cost? Yeah, this part right here says, the moon will sadly watch the roses die. And then it says, the moon will sadly watch the roses die in vain. So did summer die in vain?
Yeah, that's what we got as well.
Then it goes on, lost, no gain. So summer dying, Ozpin didn't gain anything from it, but he just threw a mother.
Did that death
at this war?
Did that death mean anything?
He didn't gain anything from it.
Did the death cost something from it? Like, what did it mean? What did that bring you to your goal? What did that bring?
Then it goes on to saying, Raven is telling Ozpin, "You're not taking me."
Yeah. Was that might be that might be probably before Summer's death with that discussion?
I think
but I'm not sure.
No, I think it's after, because Raven does see Summer die and all that. Then she starts to figure it out, because remember Raven told Yang that Ozpin did tell them about Salem, her team about Salem. And it was Raven who started figuring out, so she was probably there when Summer died, and she witnessed it. And she said, "I'm not doing this. I see how worthless this is." And all that. So she separated herself from this big war, and it goes on to saying, "You can't have my life." So Raven's life isn't in Ozpin's hand. So.
Yeah, it's not her contribution to play, basically.
Yeah, she's not going to be Ozpin's sacrifice to.
Yeah.
And it goes on to saying, you can try, Ozpin can try, bringing her back and all that, but she's free. And she's not going to get conquered by this whole thing,
Yeah.
That's why in short, in a short summary and all that, I think sacrifice is in Raven's perspective to Ozpin.
Right.
Because it matches what Raven did say to Yang and Weiss.
But where does Salem? How does Salem come into the picture with Raven and Ozpin?
Okay, we know that Summer died, but we don't know from who. And Raven did tell Yang and Weiss that Ozpin did tell Team Stark about Salem. But Yang and Weiss didn't know about Salem until Raven told them. Remember Volume 5, Episode something? Episode 4 or something? No, it was Episode 6, I think.
Oh,
Like
was
it was
that?
the episode right after Yang and Weiss got together and they hugged and
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that.
yeah, 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 yeah,
And
yeah.
Raven, yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That's when Raven told Yang and Weiss that the Grimm have a master named Salem.
Yeah.
Then you seen how Yang and Weiss were like, what? Like,
Yeah, yeah. White. Yeah, I saw that Weiss was like questioning who was the opposing ruler, and what Yang. How did Yang react? I kind of forgot.
she just had her face was, she was just shocked, like, to believe, like. Then she started questioning, why should we believe this? Then Raven said, now you're catching on.
Right.
Then
right.
she started going on. If you noticed during that time, she completely avoided talking about Salem.
Mm.
Like, she told him that the Grimm have a master and all that her name is Salem and all that.
Yeah.
Then she completely avoids it, and it gives the fandom and Weiss and Yang more questions. Who is Salem? But Raven never talks more about Salem. Then she goes on to go talking about what Ozpin did to her and Crow and all that. She like skips all that info. Yeah, that's why I think Sacrifice is actually Raven's point of view, perspective to Ozpin. And I don't care what other people say and all that. You could try tell me otherwise.
Yeah.
I personally think Sacrifice is Raven's perspective to Ozpin.
Yeah. I can fully understand what you're getting at with the connection between Summer, Ozpin, and Raven at this point. So, yeah. Okay. So that was Sacrifice. What's your next one?
My next one is actually very. It's Divide.
Another evil opposing
Salem. It's Salem's perspective to Ozpin.
Yes, because of course at the end of This is a discussion between Salem and Ozpin.
Ozpin and between Salem and Ozpin, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So people who keep in mind this is Salem's perspective.
Oh yeah, yeah. Towards Ozpin, of course. All right. That was Divide. Number 4. So, why is Divide your number 4? Or what do you want to talk about it?
The thing I want to talk about is that despite Salem being the master of the Grimm and being the evil guy in the show,
yeah, true.
If you look at it from like a logical point of view and all that,
yeah,
you can say she is kind of. It's like the roles are switched, kind of. Because in reality, what Ozpin is doing is getting people and training them and all that to be huntresses and hunters and putting them against the Grimm. But for Salem, she doesn't need hunters and lives. She can just make the Grimm like that.
She has her own.
She does have her
form.
She does have her own
form
team witch and all that.
Of non-allegiances.
If you notice, that's the only human team that she has.
Like she would have like different symbiotics of like Grimm, like different forms.
There can be different types of Grimm.
She wouldn't train them. She wouldn't train them. They have their own set of skills and trait as well.
I'm not talking about training them elusive.
But with differences between hunters and huntresses and Grimm, you wouldn't have Grimm be trained. You would have hunters and huntresses be trained.
That elusive. That's what I'm trying to talk. And that's what I'm trying to talk about.
Yes,
The
yeah,
lives. Grimm.
yeah. I just want to be
another.
clear.
Technically, they're voids and all that darkness. But what Ozpin is doing is kind of he's sending hunters and huntresses to kill off the Grimm and all that.
Yeah.
But what about the people that do die? They don't come back. Grimm can come back. Yeah. So all these people that die for like Ozpin and all of them and all that, it's kind of like inhumane because you're kind of sending people into a war, but they're not guaranteed to come back alive. You know how you know what I'm trying to get at then. Because Salem can keep creating more Grimm.
Yeah. Especially with the Grimm, especially with the Grimm dragon and that and that like that multi-headed snake that was in the manga as well that can create cesspools.
It was actually that in the manga that was actually that small little tentacle Grimm that did that.
Yeah.
But if they put that in the show, imagine all the Grimm you can create. Ugh. But it's technically Salem telling Ozpin that all these lives you're sending, all these hunters and hunters you're sending at me, some of them will die. But are their deaths worth it? Or do they just die in vain so you can, as you create more and keep sending them out? Well, on Salem's perspective, she can just keep creating Grimm, and Grimm will die and all that. But she can keep creating them without a drawback.
Well, Ozpin
so
would.
You see where I'm trying to.
Ozpin would have. Well, Ozpin would have a like a goal to the fight for humanity against the Grimm, but with Salem just like summoning multiple Grimms over and over again, it just doesn't seem to like work out. It just doesn't work.
You can re-listen to the song if you want to try to get my point.
I'm trying to get to what you're saying. I'm trying to understand what you're saying here.
I had to re-listen to the song so many times. But for me, it's what I understand is that from what I understand from the song and from the show, it's. I don't know. It's up to you if you wanna re-listen to the song and get where I'm at, elusive. Because for what I'm trying to explain, it's kind of hard for me to explain. I mean, I can try my best in explaining, but it's okay if you don't get it and all that.
No, share it out.
I'm trying. Elusive, that's what I'm trying to do, but you have to re-listen to the song to try to get what I'm trying to say.
All right. Then pinpoint the exact timeline where it is, and I'll try and have the same brain length as you.
You gotta re-listen to the song.
All right. We'll re-listen to the song. Okay. After listening to the song again, I fully understand now what the song purpose and mean it has to the song in particular. So, yeah. And I got one fact in there spot on, but there was just like other little spots that I just needed to get the facts straight. So yeah. So next song, it's called "Smile."
In this one, we will discuss who's in Smile. There's four point of views it goes through.
Right.
How?
With Ilya and her parents. So.
And Adam.
And oh yeah, Adam as well.
We'll talk about it when we listen.
What about Blake too? Blake could. What about Blake too? Blake could be like a part of this song. Actually.
No, she can't because it's Ilya talking about what happened with her parents and how she got into the white thing.
Yeah.
So,
Alright.
yeah.
Alright, are you ready?
Yep, 3 magic zeros.
Alright. I love how you said that with such intense as well. I got it at the 3 magic zeros. Alright. Alright. Let's begin in 3, 2, 1, go.
This first perspective is her father.
Right.
Then her mother.
Gotcha.
Then this is still her mother coming up. Wait, no, never mind. This is Ilya's perspective. You see, Ilya twisted what her parents told her.
Yeah.
This is Ilya now. Or more like Ilya remembering what her mother told her and what her father told her. Coming up. This is her, well, she remembers her father telling her. This is Adam.
Ah. Yeah.
3:59.
Hmm. Okay. So, that was Smile. So, why... what do you want to talk about Smile?
Well, the one thing I want to talk about is that the way it's cited, it goes through four perspectives. At first, it's Ilya's parents,
Yeah.
her mother and her father, but then Ilya, it goes into Ilya's perspective, but it's her remembering what her parents told her.
Yeah.
Because remember how she says her parents died in that mining accident and all that?
Yeah. She told that to Blake.
Yeah. When the song goes into that long with no lyrics, that's when they die. Then it goes into Ilya's perspective, but it's her remembering what her parents told her.
Yeah.
To masquerade as a human, because since she's a chameleon faunus,
yeah,
she can go around trying to be a human and trying to be. Then she gets sent off to Atlas and all that.
Yeah.
Then it goes it stays in her perspective, but she remembers what her mother and father tell her.
Not just Atlas, but Haven too.
Yeah. Then at the end, if you notice, it's not her father, the last male voice. It's not her father, it's Adam.
Yeah.
So it goes into her going into the White Fang and all that and meeting Adam for the first time and what Adam tells her. That's why when I first heard Smile and when I first thought of like Ilya's parents and all that, but then when I heard that last male voice, like, wait a minute, that doesn't sound like the father. What her father was telling her at the beginning. And I was trying to see who else could like talk like that. Then Adam came into mind. Then, well, you seen what happened with the Shore and all that, and how he is.
Like
it clicked.
It's like it's like Adam's trying to take Ilya's like
bitterness towards what happened.
Her words from her parents and just like twist them.
Yeah.
Into her leading the White Fang.
Both Adam and Ilya, they both twist Ilya's parents' like words into their own thing.
Yeah.
That's what I like about Smile a little bit. It like goes through like what a parent and what a father and mother tells their child and all of that, like being soft and all that. But then something happens to them and the daughter or son remember before they left what the parents tell them.
Yeah.
Then it leads into,
Oh yeah.
That's why when I first heard Smile, I'm like, I want to talk about this so much. And from what I noticed from like other reactors to the soundtrack, a lot of people just think it's Ilya's parents talking to Ilya.
Yeah.
But it doesn't match with the last male voice. It doesn't sound like her father telling her that.
Yeah, that was a bit odd from where it said, like...
From the beginning, right?
Well, not the beginning, but midway, near the end of the song.
Yeah.
Like...
That's when I'm like, wait, that can't be Ilya's father that says that last male part. Then that's when when I seen Adam and all that.
Trying to expose their kind. Like, hang on a minute, like this isn't like a
father telling a daughter something. No, that's
this isn't
somebody
like
else's
a father.
perspective.
This isn't like a father or mother discussion towards their daughter. This is like, it's like a different advice, not a good one.
It's a different male It's a different male character
it's from a
coming in.
different advice that gets you mentally like question like it will question your mental capability.
Yeah, that's where I'm like, I want to talk about this more. I need to talk about this more because it's not just Ilya and her parents. Adam's perspective comes in at the end.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't know that it's like a sequence like that. A lot of people don't know that. The only like reactor who actually got it right was Arnold, but he just said it was just Ilya and her parents.
Mm.
That's why I'm like thinking the last male part. Nobody seems to catch on that it can't be Ilya's father because the last part kind of like gets darker in a way.
Yeah.
From what the father was telling Ilya, so. And the only other the male character that we know that interacted with Ilya was Adam. So, like, you see where I made a connection, right? Kind of.
No, I get it. I do. I get it. I get it from the connection point between from her father, her mother, and Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it's Ilya's perspective of what her parents told her before they died. Because you can tell they died when that long pause of lyrics.
I thought it was after, because I thought she would take that lesson after they died, but oh.
No, when after that long pause, think of that long pause, them dying, but the next part, think of that part of Ilya remembering what her parents told her.
Yeah.
Because at the beginning, it's Ilya's father.
Yeah.
And it's Ilya's mother.
Yeah.
And and they like sing together. Then that long pause. Then there's no male voice. It's just a female voice, and it doesn't sound like the mother at all. So you gotta think it's Ilya's perspective, remembering her parents, what they told her.
I just thought with that line, with those lines that she taken into her own thought and consideration, I thought she would take that after their passing, due to that long pause.
Yeah, but Ilya twisted it into her own version.
Yeah.
Because leave them to bleed and all that. That's when she starts to hate humans.
Yeah.
Because it was in that accident. It was actually the Snee mining company and all that. Remember? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So that's where she gets the hate for humans, and that's where those dark lines come in. That's her perspective, but twisting what her parents told her. You see why I wanted to talk about Smile a little bit?
Yeah, and it's not only Adam as well, but there was like her. What did she say to Blake? That some friends snickered at her, and that led to her being twisted.
Yeah, when she changed her skin color, because her skin color changes with her emotions, right?
Yeah.
So when it was revealed that she was a faunus at that school, that's when they were snickering and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, because that got me thinking about how this led to her being as of now, really.
Yeah. In that last male part in the song, the only other male that she's ever like encountered with and all that was Adam.
Yeah.
And you know his mindset, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you see where I made that connection, kind of.
Yeah, I do. I do.
But it does make a little bit of sense, doesn't it?
Especially
I
with
mean,
Lion Eyes, as we're going to get into that very soon. So,
all right, let's move on to the next one before I lose my voice.
all right.
I have a sweet tea. Hold on, let me get a drink.
It's not far to go now. I've only got 4 more.
Mm. These two songs, "Die" and "Home."
Yeah.
There is a reason that we're gonna talk about after we listen to "Die" and "Home."
Yeah.
There's a reason why I put them together.
Okay. All right.
Feel it everywhere and you see it growing,
enemies arise and the haters growing, shattering the
moon in the bloody ember. Don't know what she's inside the little
farewell to the days of peace,
cause now it's time to die.
I also love that song in particular because of the way it pans out for the battle scene in Volume 2. But
oh yeah, between Team RWBY and Torchwick with the
Torchwick.
big war machine.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that scene. That was a good scene. I enjoyed that. But yeah, Die. So, why? What do you want to talk about Die?
The reason why I want to talk about Die and kind of like little connection it has to the song Home. And the song Die, it says that they'll be living their lives watching their backs, not knowing who to trust.
Right.
So there won't be like place to be like comfort and all that. Like something like a big war is coming in. You know what happens in war, right?
Yeah.
Like
who you meet is not to be trusted.
Yeah, like even the smallest doubt you have for your friends, it's
right. Okay.
You don't know who to trust because you don't know if they're gonna backstab you, if they're gonna betray you, and all that. Somebody you considered like a family member could backstab you or something.
Yeah, that's true.
And the song Die, it does talk about a future war coming. Because it says war machines will fuel both sides, but we don't know what sides.
Both machines will. All I know is the captain, James, who has his machines. Is it James? Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
James Ironwood, yes.
Ironwood.
General Ironwood.
Yeah, James Ironwood. Yeah. Yeah, and I only know about his machines, but I don't know who else is involved with this other machine brand.
But it says, from what the song says, war machines. He could sell his machines to other sides for.
Right, so it's like what Torchwick did. It's like what Torchwick did in Volume 3. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing I want to point out is that what was it? I just had it. It's at the tip of my tongue. But yeah, the despite what people think about like die, like somebody's gonna die and all that,
Yeah.
the word itself doesn't specifically have to mean somebody dying. It could be something else dying too, like what remnant was, like they had a time of peace and all that, right? But that peace is long gone now, so it died.
That's true. That is true.
So if you keep like that mindset while you listen to the song,
you
get a better like.
Because Remnant,
you get a better perspective of the song.
Yeah, because Remnant altogether, Vacuo, Mistral, Atlas, all the other places, they all lived in harmony together. And since the Grim, thanks to Salem, I don't know, it just all seemed a bit like chaotic now. And since this title is called Die, then I get why it's fourth hence in that title.
And from what I noticed when I re-listened to the song and all that, like a couple of times, from what it says, it's somebody talking about like what their time, the time that they had, like it was fine, they lived in peace and all that.
Yeah,
there was a happy ending that they looked forward to, but then something happened.
Yeah.
Like right here it says, the days were bright, they shined like gold, every step ascending, like it was going to like a good end and all that, like it was a happy time.
Yeah.
If you listen to the first part of the song, but then it goes into every smile is not the same, like don't like, and not everybody's hearts is filled with love for mankind.
Mankind.
But then it goes
the mankind as well.
Yeah. Then
mankind
it goes into his perspective of, look around, it's getting very hard to find. So the love that some people had for mankind is
like
getting
mankind
hard
has just
to find now.
like just disappeared with all the storm of evil kind is set upon this of Remnant.
Yeah, in another segment that I would like to talk about too is that not every open wound is simply healed by time, but revenge is always sweet, but chaos is the prize for revenge. So, but you see how what it talks about, right? Like,
revenge is always sweet, chaos is the price. Like, is it like a civil war?
It's kind of like that. Like, yeah, they say revenge is always sweet and all that, but the consequence of revenge.
Yeah. Like, there's a price for revenge. There's a price.
and it's chaos because it's.
But it's not just chaos though. It's a price for other than chaos to have.
Yeah.
Have that to be redeemed, and it's not a good price to pay.
Yeah. Then it goes on to saying, hate is like flowing, and enemies are on the rise. So, the days of peace are like. They're not there anymore, and something happened, or there's no more peace and all that. I'm just going through the song right now.
Yeah, I mean it's not just Grim and Huntresses. You got Huntresses and Huntresses.
See, it's right here.
Faunus, Huntresses. Faunus, Grim.
I was able to pause the video. This segment right here, the machines of war will fuel both sides, and the greed will only grow more lies. It kind of makes you think, what sides are they talking about? Like,
machines of war will fuel both sides.
And the greed will only grow more lies.
What machines? We only got James Ironwood's machines. Who else is taking control?
But you got to realize, General Ironwood, his machines, they're built for war. Yeah. Even Ozpin said it himself in volume 1 or 2, I think, volume 2, where he was talking with Glinda and Ironwood. I think it was either Ozpin, Glinda, or Crow who asked Ironwood, "Why did you bring your army to Beacon or to here if you're trying to prove something and all that, you know?"
Yeah.
Why did you bring war machines when we're in a time of peace? That's what he said.
Right.
I was trying to remember who said that. And when I remember that scene a little bit, and I remember somebody saying that, why did you bring war machines when we're in a time of peace? Who are you planning on fighting?
Well, it would obviously be the oppressor, but obviously with what Torchwick is known for, with his
Lucifer,
with his
can you put a pin in that for a minute? I have to go let in my cat. My dad locked out my cat. I'll be right back.
Oh, yeah, sure. Let's head on to the next song. And this is one of the major key points that Cosmic wants to link this discussion up with Die to. So, yeah. While we wait, yeah, I think I can hear her coming now.
No one's sure. We get to let in the cat. Okay, what were we talking about? Sorry.
No, we're just about to get into the next video. And I've also mentioned that you want to link this discussion up with Die too.
Oh yeah, the one thing I want to link the discussion with Die to home. You know how I said how you can't, what Die talks about is that during this time there's no comfort, there's no people
peace
to trust, and there's
yeah.
But so I'm kind of out of breath. I had to run to go let in the cat. Okay. Back on the mindset. Keep in mind, if you're in a time of war and all that,
yeah,
you don't feel safety and all that, right? Not like a home would. So keep that in mind while you listen to this song, while you listen to Home.
Yeah. All right. I'll make some connections to how the song fits in with die as well. So
like it won't it was me. I made the personal connections and all that a little bit.
right.
So if people don't see it, it's fine. But it's, you know how I am elusive. I like to.
Yeah. Just like to go in depth into the song.
Very in depth.
Yeah. Right. Get this started. Oh, by the way, I listened to this song earlier and it legit made me cry. I hope I don't cry again.
If it is, it'll be good on camera.
Oh yeah. Be first time I cried, really. Right. Let's begin this in 3, 2, 1, go. Try not to cry challenge.
Need a moment of silence, elusive, or are you still with us?
Wait. No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
If I was there, I'd hand you a Kleenex.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm ready to. I'm good. So, why do you want to talk about Home for? And what made you link this connection up with Die?
Okay, for for what Home talks about, it doesn't talk about like a little house and all that. It's what the people around you make it a home. It's not the building itself. It's not the stuff inside and all that.
Yeah.
It's the people that you have.
True.
That make it home.
True.
And what Home talks about is that it talks about somebody having another person and that they feel safety with that person.
Oh yeah.
It's when they're together, they're safe, they're home, it's a haven for them and all that.
Yeah.
But what I made a connection with is that what the eye talks about is that it talks about somebody who's in a war and they don't have that. They don't have a person. They have to constantly watch their back because they don't know who to trust anymore. Something happened to them where they can't trust anymore, and it's like.
Right.
I kind of made a connection a little bit, like. Home, it's talking about a person that has somebody they can trust, they can find comfort in and all that. But in Die, it talks about almost a single person that doesn't have what the other person has, like, or the person in the song that in Die, they don't have that anymore. They have to constantly watch their back, and they can't put trust in a person anymore.
Right. So you're saying that even when the war is starting, there's like people that you just like have second thoughts about, and with Home,
you can't trust them.
Before the war,
don't find comfort in them.
Before the war,
it's like a home would. So.
And before the war, and you have Home, it was all fine, and
it was like safety and all that. Somebody you can like hug and you feel safe with them and all that.
Yeah, right. I understand what you're saying.
In a certain part in Home where it says, even if somebody like falls and stumbles, there's always going to be another person to help you up, like comfort you when you're down. But in Die, since you can't trust nobody, you're independent. You're dependent. You're independent, which means you don't trust anybody and you only trust yourself. So from the connection that I made, kind of, is that Die and Home are like past or present, kind of, in two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, I suppose that that analyzes different perspectives for the past and present. But how would...
Or this could be two different people. I don't know. You get what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm just thinking more of Bloodline. Like, you would have to trust Bloodline, except for Yang and Raven.
Not all the time.
Yeah.
Bloodline? Not all the
Bloodline,
time.
yeah.
See, even bloodlines can have a little bit of like doubt and mistrust in each bloodline. The Snee bloodline.
Yeah.
Winter.
That's
this actually goes along with Path to Isolation that I want to save until we get to it, please.
Yeah. We'll get into that. Yeah, you're right. Some bloodlines don't have like true like all peace and harmony for them. So
because if you think bloodlines, sometimes what families will do is that they'll inbreed to keep the line pure, and they'll discard the unloyalty bloodline, like from the same bloodline. They'll discard unloyalties and they'll keep loyal ones. But then they'll inbreed. Hey, think Lannister. Game of Thrones, people. Game of Thrones, Lannisters. Why I hate them.
Oh, the Lannister. Oh, God.
Hey, Lannisters inbreed. We see it. The show confirmed it. They're inbreeders.
Yeah, and freaking sickos.
Yes. Some bloodlines do that.
I understand.
Lannisters, to keep their bloodline pure, that's what they do.
Yeah, that's true.
But I know, some bloodlines do stuff like good stuff.
But taking that inbreed part for the Lannisters to get into RWBY, I wouldn't quite make it an inbreed exception for that. Let's just say it's more of a discombobulation or something like that.
I know, I'm just saying some bloodlines do inbreed. I'm not talking about RWBY, I'm talking about what some bloodlines do, what some family lines do. They inbreed. I'm just talking about general elusive.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Right. So, the main reason is, I guess, between home and die. Home is where you live in peace and harmony with your loved ones. Even if you don't have a roof or live in a home, you have each other.
It's the people that you have.
But for die, it's like, ooh, who do I trust? Who am I? Yeah. Like, who do I go to?
I can't trust nobody. I can only trust myself because so many people have backstabbed me and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see where I made that connection, kind of.
That's actually a pretty good one. That's actually a pretty good, and a good theory for other songs.
And yes, people, I know Home comes in Volume 4 and Die was in Volume 2, but still, there's still songs, and Jeff confirms that anybody can interpret it what they want. And that's what I interpret it, so don't judge me.
Yeah, and
it's true.
Yeah. And you could say the same for like Mirror Mirror Part 2 or Part 1 and put that into Path of Isolation as well. It leads to connection for that song as well, so.
Yeah, Path to Isolation I want to talk about when we're done.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a heavenly, very heavy topic I want to talk about.
Yeah. Speaking of...
There's 2 zeros there.
And speaking of, we are going to get into Path of Isolation right now. I definitely want to get my point across this bit. Scars that covered wounds, that kind of self-inflicted pain.
It doesn't talk about Sola. It doesn't talk about it like that.
But why does that insinuate something? Self-inflict. I don't know.
It's not physical.
I don't know. I'm questioning why.
No, we'll talk about it later.
It literally said scars can't hide wounds from self-inflicted pain. It literally said that.
Okay, that one part I knew you wanted to talk about.
Yes.
Believe it or not, Casey
I even made a video of
physical.
me sapping my eyes to that part as well, going, "Oh no, 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 no! Why is she doing this? Why? Because thinking of all the pain that she had, like Jacques Whitley, the time before Beacon, and how they've raised her, and with her being informed of the White Fang, and it just I don't know, it just like inflicted her with causing herself pain. I'm like, why are you doing this to yourself, Weiss?
I can clear this point up for you.
Even Hammer Time.
Elusive.
Hammer Time was like...
Hold your breath.
Hammer Time is a big Weiss fan as well. And when I noticed that Hammer Time, and I'm not just saying that as a song reference as well, I'm saying that as that particular channel has also referenced that part as well. It's like, so you get the same brain length as I'm feeling as well. So why?
But that's the thing. Despite what it says, it's not physical pain. It's not physical pain. She doesn't cut.
Memories.
It's metaphorical.
It's a memory.
It's elusive.
It's a memory. So she must.
Casey
So she must have remembered that pain.
Yeah.
Go on then. What did Casey say?
She confirmed that part, scars that cover wounds can't hide the self-inflicted pain.
Yeah.
Casey confirmed Weiss doesn't cut herself. It's metaphorical scars. She's referencing to the pain she experienced mentally, not physically.
Then why did she get that scar from her eye then? Self-inflicted pain. Cosmic.
It's not. Look, how about this? You go to Casey's channel, and you...
That still doesn't, like she had an inflicted pain in her eye thanks to Jacques. Why didn't that lead to her more? I don't know.
It's Weiss doesn't cut. If that. Casey has a channel where she specifically confirms this, elusive. But hey, if you want to keep at that, be wrong. Go ahead. I'm done.
Okay, I'll keep it to my own opinion. Despite what Casey says, I'm going to keep that to my own opinion. Because for the way it says, well, what Casey's trying to point out, it does like she's causing her self-inflicted pain.
Keep thinking and be wrong, and Elusive. It's up to you.
All right, I'll do that. But anyways.
But yeah. Anyways, despite that being wrong, the first part. That's funny.
No. Go on. What else do you want to talk about?
The first part of Path to Isolation, what she talks about, is her mother drinking and dying.
What?
At the beginning of the song, Path to Isolation,
It starts with the unexpected lost. Maybe.
Weiss losing her mother.
Oh, she's dead.
The first thing the song says, it starts with the unexpected loss of something dear. The other thing besides Winter that is dear to Weiss is her mother. And remember, Weiss starts talking to Yang about how she lost her mother?
No. God, I didn't think that she died.
Yeah, it's confirmed. It's confirmed that Weiss's mom died. And you know the warmth and you get from a mother and all that, the comfort and what you get from a mother.
Yeah.
What happened to Weiss? That disappeared on her because Jacques married into the Schnee family just for the name, right?
Yeah.
But after Weiss's mother died,
yeah,
that took away everything that she loved. And the one part that it says this, the light that showed the way is gone. Weiss seen her mother as a light.
So she was the light.
But now that the mother is gone, there's no more light. And
she was a guiding light.
A little girl, Weiss, with a person who is Jacques.
You're right. So she was a guiding light to Weiss until that light just...
Yeah, and when Jacques took over the name, because besides Weiss's mother, if she dies, the Schnee company and the name goes to Jacques, because he's a patriarch.
Yeah.
So it goes like that. If the mother dies, things go to, if a matriarch dies in a family, it goes to the patriarch and vice versa. So since Weiss's mother died, everything that Weiss seen in the mother, which is like comfort and safety and all that, a light, that just disappeared.
Yeah.
So all that's left over is Jacques, and the name and the company went to him because he's like the second in command, kind of. He's a patriarch, right?
Yeah.
About what Weiss feels towards Jacques. It's an anger. I'm going to the song right now to help me a little bit on this. Yeah, it says bitterness and anger are quick to fill the void. So instead of Weiss's mother, what Weiss's mother brought to Weiss is gone. What is left is bitterness and anger. So.
Right.
Sorry, I'm using the song to help me here, Elusive. And then it says the path to isolation is littered with the dreams that lay destroyed. So all the dreams that Weiss had are gone.
Yep, crushed.
Thanks to her mother dying.
Yeah.
And that this actually leads up to Mirror Mirror, because at the end of the song, around the middle or the end of the song, she starts talking to a mirror. And that leads into Mirror Mirror and Mirror Mirror Part 2 and
Could that be her mother though?
This Life Is Mine.
That she's talking to. With Mirror Help Me. Because she's saying, Mirror Help Me. Like, could that be her mother that she's talking to?
It could be. It's your own interpretation of the song if you want, Elusive.
Like, it could be. Just having my own point.
Like I said, a lot of people can take like different things about it. And it says the cold seems to grow in my soul.
Oh, it just says, Mirror Help Me, who am I?
Yeah, but if you notice, before that, what she talks about is that now that Weiss's mother that like brought like warmth and comfort to Weiss is gone.
Yeah.
Everything's cold. She feels she's alone now because she doesn't have her mother with her.
True.
That was her light in the whole family, but now that that's gone, what does she have left?
That's true.
And they say when she says confusing, losing myself in the storm, you got to remember what it's talking about is a little girl. So what happens when a matriarch dies and everything goes to the patriarch? Whatever that patriarch says, the kids and all that, they have to follow what the patriarch says. So what Jacques is doing to Weiss, it's confusing her because she's still a little girl in this type of manner. And she's losing herself, what she used to be, in this whole family storm kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Then when it says growing jaded, being pushed and being pulled, she's unraveling. It's like a different kind of person being like she's being pushed to do stuff and being pulled to do other things that she has no control over because...
Yeah.
Then it goes to, can't find myself when I'm constantly forced to conform, meaning since Jacques the patriarch, everything, the kids have to follow what the patriarch says. So she can't speak her mind, otherwise you get that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
In this segment, enemies surround me, but the worst appear as friends.
Yeah. That was also interesting as well.
When she was little and all that, after her mother died, she did have friends, like people trying to be friends with her. But they they were just enemies.
Like there were friends, but they were like not. So like they were backstabbers.
Yeah, they're pretenders to be
liars and pretenders. Yeah.
And it says, liars and pretenders only seek to reach their ends.
Yeah.
That proves my point that the people that were trying to befriend her and all that, and they only, when they reach their own goals, they backstabbed her and they lied to her. So that only proves it.
So who backstabbed her? I want to know.
And everything around her is
maybe it might be
right before
Whitlian,
her
or
eyes.
maybe it might be Whitlian amongst with his friends, but I don't know.
Then she in the at 2:05. That's when she starts talking about looking into a mirror, and she sees this person that she doesn't recognize, but it's her, from a little girl who was that had a mom and all that, but then started growing more cold and bitter towards others.
Yeah.
From what her past experiences. Now she starts looking at the mirror, and this is where the mirror songs come in, elusive.
Right.
Now she doesn't recognize what she used to be because she's a totally different person. And this person is what Jacques wants.
Right.
And the joy that she used to know, it's like she's trying to ignore the joy that she used to have, because
yeah, she's trying to well too. She's acknowledging trying to acknowledge that feeling again from her mother.
Yeah, because her mother was the one that brought joy to her.
Yeah.
But if she remembers this feeling, she remembers that it was her mother that brought this to her.
Yeah.
And it says removed, and the one thing I feel is alone. So you have this feeling of being alone, because it was her mother that brought that one emotion to her, and she liked it. But what Jacques wants, it's being that joy is she's trying to push it like away from her. So this way, because she has to listen to the matriarch, the patriarch of the family, which is Jacques.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I'm using the song right now to help me with this, elusive.
Oh yeah, I can hear it. It's making you think.
And it says smiles faded, and I'm spinning and sinking, and I'm weakening.
Yeah. So, with Shock,
she is,
so with Shock
the way
being,
she used to smile and all that,
so
she doesn't feel it. She doesn't feel it anymore.
The feeling of her not being able to smile anymore, thanks to Shock becoming the patriarch now of the family,
yeah,
is
of the Schnee family, yeah,
afflicting the company. Not just her, but the company.
Yes, and that's all Jacques thinks about. He doesn't care about Weiss's feelings and all that. That's why he says, when you look at when you look at a sink and you plug it, there's the water, but then when you unplug it, it like all the water sinks and all that. And
yes.
Spins down.
Yeah.
So I'm using it as a metaphor right now. It's the easiest thing I can think of.
Yeah, oh yeah, you just pull the plug and then your life just drains away.
Yes, that's what's happening to her.
Yes.
With after her mother died and what Jacques wants. And this part, frozen in solitude, loneliness chills to the bone. After her mother died, you seen how big the house when the Schnee mansion is and all that, right? What used to be a place of like warmth and all that to Weiss is now loneliness, solitude. And what happens when you're in a place when you're in a place alone and it's like cold constantly because it's Atlas, right?
Yeah.
You do get chills to the bone. And
Oh
it's
dear.
solitude too, so.
Frozen in solitude. Yeah.
Ah, yes, this one. Memories escaping as my heart begins to drain.
Yeah.
This part in particular, it's talking about how she's trying to forget how her mother died. And how she's trying to like ignore her heart for thinking about her mother. Because then when she thinks about her mother, she thinks about
memories
all
escaping.
the
So that memory,
good memories.
the memory
and
is
all
escaping. Like it might like take away all the like the good hope of light that she once had.
Yeah, which is her mother.
Which was her mother, yeah.
And now that it's becoming so long too, things the memories of her mother, of having the joy of the mother and all that.
Yeah.
She's starting to lose those memories a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's since Jacques the patriarch.
Yeah.
She has to listen to him, so that she's trying to forget, but she can't, cause. Yes, Casey confirmed that this part she doesn't self-harm, but it's metaphorical. It's all the torture that she went through with Jacques is all mental, not physical.
I don't know.
It's up to you. Think what you want,
I don't know.
I'm sticking with what I know.
I don't know.
With what Casey said, so.
I don't know. I just feel like with how the song, with everything that we explained, just feel like it just feels kind of legit. It just does. With how Jacques inflicted pain towards Weiss, and how she lost her mother, and how and she can't like proceed so much further to achieving her goal, and that life of hers is stopping her.
One thing
she wants to become better.
What in real life, what scars do? They do cover wounds, but scars can't hide mental pain.
Scars can't hide mental pain. Yeah, so she's having mental issues. So she's thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is what led her to self-inflicted pain. Cosmic, come on.
It's hard.
Come on. It makes.
Yes, scars cover wounds, but they can't hide self-inflicted pain.
You gotta.
Self-inflicted pain is a metaphor, elusive.
It didn't felt like a metaphor, though.
To you, it didn't feel like it, but it is confirmed to be metaphor.
I didn't felt like kind of a metaphoric kind of phase. But to Casey's point, all right, she'll.
Casey and Jeff confirmed.
What Casey would.
You do whatever you want.
But to me though, it just kind of felt not metaphoric. But I know it's confirmed. And I'll take credit for that. But to me, myself, just didn't feel like it.
Yes, that's your own personal opinion.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna push the envelope anymore, just because I know I'm gonna get frustrated. So,
Yes.
okay, the
let's
next
let's
segment,
let's not push
everything
toward
my
boundaries
mind
here.
wants in conflict with my heart. You know how you have your mind, but then you have your heart and you have your gut. You got three sides to you.
Yeah.
What Weiss wants for what her mind wants to do, her heart knows it. Your heart and your mind are always at conflict, right? No matter who it is. Weiss's heart knows that whatever she's thinking is wrong, but they're always going to be in conflict with each other.
Yeah. Because you got different emotions.
Yeah. In this next one, she's fighting back surrender, but every day I'm falling more apart.
Yeah.
She is fighting back to being submitted to like the patriarch and all that. But as she's doing that, she's falling more apart. Like when you read it,
she isn't becoming herself.
yeah, it's just like a mirror. When you break it, you know how some of the pieces fall off, but then there's still some of the pieces that remain.
Yeah.
The more Jacques puts onto Weiss, and the more she's fighting back, it's forcing some of those pieces to keep falling.
Yeah.
Then when there's no lyrics and it goes to the last half of the song.
Yeah.
This is where she starts talking to the mirror.
Yeah.
Then it goes into the white trailer, which is Mirror Mirror.
Yeah.
Then it goes into Mirror Part 2 and all that.
Yeah.
See? At the end. At the end, she actually asks Mirror Mirror, can you help me? Who am I? Then that goes into the white trailer for Mirror Mirror. Then it goes into Mirror Mirror Part 2. Then the last bit is This Life Is Mine. And everybody likes that song because it goes into 3 segments. The first part, like the instrumental segments, you have Path to Isolation, which is first, Mirror Mirror, then Mirror Mirror Part 2. But This Life Is Mine, the 3 instrumentals that it goes up to, it keeps adding up. Then the 4th instrumental, I counted, is This Life Is Mine's own instrumental, and it's about Weiss actually breaking out and not following the patriarch's rule. Then you see what happens in Volume 5 and all that.
Yeah.
So. I counted the instrumentals in This Life Is Mine. It goes from like a very slow pace, then like semi fast and medium fast.
Yeah.
Then it just goes into like somebody breaking out of their own shell, and I don't care what you think anymore. So technically, This Life Is Mine, the last bit of it, is saying a big F you, Jacques.
Basically.
It is. Because remember, Jacques said she's no longer the heiress, which means she's no longer under his rule.
Yeah.
So, logically, in reality, she is free from the patriarch's rule.
Yeah.
Alright, I am done with that. When I first listened to Path to Isolation, when it first came out and all that,
Yeah.
when I seen the beginning, I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't sound like it's right for, like, being the mirror, mirror, and all that.
Yeah.
Then when I rewatched Volume 5, and when
I mean,
my
when I
wife
first
started
watched it
talking about how she,
myself, there was a
God,
soul mellow tone,
then I
and
re-listened to this, and the first
that's when
part
you
made
know
so much sense.
it's
She's
White.
talking about her mother, and that's when I started making these connections. Like,
Yeah,
oh my
I
God,
didn't.
she's
Yeah,
talking
I
about her
really didn't know
childhood
that.
and
So,
what happened with how her why what she felt when her mother died. Oh my God. It snapped like that when I made those connections, and that's why I wanted to talk about it so much.
right. Okay.
And I don't care what anybody else says. You can look at the details all you can look at the details yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody's telling me otherwise. It makes sense now.
I don't know, Casey. I don't know. I don't know what I can say about that. But
Hey, Casey has her own
what's
channel. I
done?
can link it to you if
What?
you
Hey,
want.
hey, hey,
She
hey,
has
hey, hey,
she
hey,
has it.
hey,
She does
hey,
have a
hey,
channel,
hey.
and
What's
there's
done?
only one video on it that explains. She does react. She does react to Arnold's Volume 5, and she does explain it.
What's done is
Evidence is all right there.
what's done is done. But I have my own opinion. I will say that. Anyways,
It's your own opinion, and you can keep it to yourself. But if people start getting mad at you because it's then I'm sorry, but I won't be able to help. I won't be able to help you since
that's
when those people do come at you elusive.
yeah.
As much as you are my friend and all that, but if
Yeah.
they do come at you like that, I won't be able to help you because it's.
Yeah, I know. But I will say that I accept Casey Lee's point of confirmation right there for what she said, that it is a self metaphorical self pain that she has gone through. But what I think is differently. But
Yeah,
I'll take
you know
into
me.
account for Casey.
I can see your point and all that, Lucid. It is. I can agree with you on that point and all that. But if the terms it, and I can't say anything. But that's what I'm saying. But I am your friend, and I'll still support you. But I can't help you when those other people come and try to, you know.
I'm sure people who are watching this video will understand what I'm trying to get through, but it's just my way of viewing things myself. And if you agree with Casey, people, then good for you. I'm happy to support you for what you support for with Casey too. But if some of you out there kind of agree with what I'm saying,
come at you with these comments and all that.
But if some of you agree with what
I'm still your friend
saying,
no matter what.
By my point of view, then let me know down in the comments, because I don't know. There's some elements to that is kind of right. That just kind of makes sense. Scars that
like for me, I can see where you're coming from and all that. I can see where it is.
Yeah.
And I do support you on that. But like Jeff said, everybody has their own interpretation of the song. So.
Right.
I mean, I know there will be some people who agree with you. I do too. I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But when other people who try to come and who will come at you and try to like change your opinion, just know that I support your opinion, but when they try to come at you, I can't help you with.
Yeah. Yeah.
So don't think differently. I mean, if I see a comment like that, and I will try to help, but I can't fully give you my help. Just don't think differently of me if I.
like, if that does happen, then I'll try and get my point across very definitively for what I mean, and but still, I support Casey and all the work that she's done. I love Casey and I still support her all the way, along with Jeff. So don't think that I'm gonna take that bit of work out of her credibility into what she's done for the past how long she's working there for now. So 2018, 2013. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. 5 years they've been working with RWBY. I am not going to take like every ounce of work that they've done and just call it complete trash. No. They've put hard work and consideration into this RWBY soundtrack. And so far I have agreed and support them with good interests and good support. So that's all I'll say. So, shall we get on with the last song?
Yeah, and this one we can definitely talk about.
Okay. Right. So, but yeah, sorry, but if my point of view does seem wrong, then yeah. I'm sorry, but yeah. Anyways, let's begin with Lionized.
141.
Yep, it's just finished entirely. So, that is all of the top fives from mine, and well, she had 7. So that's all of ours done. So, why Lionized? And why do you want to talk about it?
Wow. For this song, when I first seen the Adam short and all that,
Yes.
and when I was listening, when I heard the music in the back and I heard some of the lyrics,
Mm-hmm.
and when I heard the thing lionized, I'm like, where have I heard that from? Because in my school, sometimes we talk about history and all that, like different sort of people that were like celebrities or history celebrities and all that.
Yeah.
And my history teacher kept referring to these people as people who were lionized. So when I heard this in RWBY in the song, like, what does it mean? So I looked up the definition, and what I got was actually very like definitive to Adam and what he wants to be treated as.
Yeah.
He wants to be treated as a celebrity, an important person.
Mm.
And the definition for lionized is to look on or treat a person as a celebrity, as somebody as like. And that's what the song technically says throughout the whole verse of the 1 minute and 42 seconds or 43 seconds of the song. Adam technically talks about he wants to be this big hero for the faunest. He wants to be a celebrity to the people. But in the song, from what I realize, is that one part says, turn the tables on those who, what was it? I gotta go through the song to help me with this elusive. Like, what is it? Okay, yeah. So that first part, he talks about, he wants to be this hero the fathers can look up to and all that.
Yes.
But then, from what I noticed at that long instrumental pause with no lyrics.
Yes.
his point of view and all that, it starts to turn twisted and dark.
Yes.
And it starts talking about the weak leaders. I think it was Gira and Khan. Yeah, Sienna Khan, right?
Sienna Khan and Gera.
Yeah. What the song talks about is them being too weak to
lead the White Fang.
Yeah. Then it goes on to replace them with somebody with a warrior. But
Yes.
depending on who the warrior is, they can either turn into a good leader or a tyrant. Again, I'm using the song here to help me.
Yeah, that's fine.
In here, it says, "Dispose the feeble cowards, heed this battle cry. Vengeance on the human filth, the time is now will rise." But the first line, "Dispose the feeble cowards." So what? You're telling your own kind to get rid of the cowards of your kind. And it says vengeance on the
savage.
So, are you saying you're blaming your vengeance on the humans for what you did to your own kind? How does that make sense?
He's a savage. He's an absolute savage. I'll tell you that.
Then he goes on to saying he's here and he'll be like lionized. He treated as this important person that the faunus need, you know? Okay, the last segment of the song.
Yeah.
Is very specifies and what Adam thinks he is. It says here that I am the path to reclamation. This world will have no peace till our dreams realized. It's not the faunus's dream; it's your dream that wants. He forces his own dream onto the faunus, but the faunus don't want it.
Yeah, he wants to make the White Fang and the faunus his own reclamation. His own way of setting the rule. Being the leader.
In that one segment where it says, "This world will have no peace till our dreams realized. Replace R with my." Because what the faunus want, yes, I mean, they do want they want humans to treat them as equals. But what about the people that do treat some of the faunus as equals? What about them?
Yeah.
In that one little segment, replace R with mine, and what you get? This world will have no peace till my dreams realized.
Yeah, he's got no respect for other faunuses. He's got no respect for other faunuses.
Yeah. In the next segment too, no mercy, no compassion, our fate's justified. Time to turn the table on who's tyrannized. But that can go either way. Because like I said before, a warrior who's put in charge of like a group and all that, depending on who that person is, they can be a good leader, like RWBY or Jean, who care about and all that.
Yeah.
Or they can turn into a tyrant. And that's what Adam kind of became, a tyrant.
Yeah.
And it says no mercy and no compassion. our fate's justified. If you switch R with my fate's justified, you get what I'm trying to say here, right?
Yeah. Like he wants his fate to be the way he wants
whole
it.
of Honest. He doesn't want what he wants is for himself and not the Faunus.
Yeah.
He's practically pushing his own beliefs and his ideals onto the Faunus and twisting what they want.
Yeah, he's putting his own belief to what the Faunus don't have to follow by.
Yeah. But then that one segment where it says, get rid of the feeble cowards. From what I get at, he's talking about the Faunus that do trust the humans, that see them as equals.
Yeah.
Like he's calling
them feeble for the way he thinks of them.
Yeah. So what you're saying is get rid of the Faunus that see humans as their allies, or the humans that see Faunus as equals and all that.
Yeah.
What he's talking about is getting rid of those Faunus because they're cowards. But I could see how he's kind of turning into a tyrant. Because he killed Sienna Khan for the position as leader.
Yeah.
When Gira stepped down and practically gave Sienna Khan the leadership, because Gira seen that Sienna Khan was more ideal for the leadership of the White Fang than he was.
But
sorry, you can keep talking. I'm getting a drink of my sweet tea.
But the twin brothers of the White Fang, who was at Gira's house at what was it, volume 4? It was like chapter 5. Well, I can't remember what it was. I think it was 5 or 4.
I think it was called Marjorie or something like that.
Yeah. They said one of them said to Gira that it is a tragic that you had to step down from the throne. So, is this like insinuating like their decision for having Sienna Khan to rule the White Fang a mistake? Could it? I don't know.
No, because from what it sounded like when I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But to me, it sounded like from what Gira wanted, he seen himself, he wasn't fit to lead the White Fang anymore. So he stepped down, and his second in command, I guess, was Sienna Khan.
Right.
So Sienna Khan stepped up to take the leadership when Gira stepped down, because he seen himself not being able to lead this group anymore. But Sienna Khan is able to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
But still, though, you gotta think about them brothers who were thinking about having Gira as a White Fang leader.
Yeah, how they wanted him back on the
how they wanted him back, but Gira was like, no, I've stepped down that throne like a long time ago, and I don't want to go back.
Yeah.
Still, though, makes you wonder.
He realized he wasn't, like, despite him being physically strong, like, really, really strong physically.
Yes.
I don't think he's seen himself at that level anymore of leading group that was that needed somebody stronger and more younger.
Yeah.
Because if you realize the age difference between Gira and Sienna Khan is like 4 or 5 years younger than Gira.
Right.
So I guess he for that situation, kind of, yeah. Sienna Khan was the second in command, but then it was Gira who was first leading the White Fang. But he didn't feel like he was needed anymore and all that, and he was getting like older.
Yeah.
And he had a family too now with Callie and his daughter, so he stepped down because he had those responsibilities.
Yeah.
And thanks to Sienna Khan being like younger than him and didn't have those responsibilities, she stepped up and was.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm losing my voice here, elusive.
Right, I think this will be the best time then to end the video right here. Because we both did our top favourite songs, although it was more of a discussion on Cosmic's point, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yours was more enjoyable and all that, but for mine, I really needed to get this out here. Like, I really needed to talk about these songs.
Yeah, absolutely.
And since around my area, I have nobody to talk to about RWBY anyways.
Oh, okay. So yes, that is it. That is mine and Cosmic's songs. So, if you want to go ahead and listen to those songs that we have put together, then I'll link both of them down in the description down below for you guys to check out and enjoy. And make your own theory too about what you heard about this song. And yes, thank you very much everyone for watching our video. If you did like it, then hit that thumbs up. If you are new to this channel and want to check out more videos and want to know when I'm doing my next video, firstly, hit that subscribe button. Then, after you do, turn on the notifications bell for more update and content for when I upload my next video. And if you want to have your say about certain songs that we reacted to and listened and had our own theories to, then if you want to have your own theory about it, then let us know down in the comment section below. If you do pinpoint that exact theory that I've mentioned about the path of isolation, of that one point where Casey Lee Williams did confirm that that one point was a metaphorical point of issue, but I call it a mentally point of issue. But yeah, if you want to talk about that, let me know down in the comments, and I'll reply to it as best as I can. So yeah. But yeah, with all that being said, please like, subscribe and comment, and I will see you all in the next video. So it's a goodbye from me, goodbye from Cosmic, say goodbye.
Bye.
And we'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.